Yo, yo, yo. We is live. We is live.
What up, fool? What up, fool? What up, fool?
Hey, y'all.
What up, fool? What up, fool? What up? Welcome to I Feel Like episode 4 on you hoes, okay? You know what I'm saying? Support us on Bigo, you know what I'm saying? Throw them beans, throw it. We got quotas to meet, you know what
And
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We need the church money, but today I am not as a whole lot. Today I am Auntie Baby. Okay, I'm everybody auntie, you know, that old fashioned auntie that have on the shower cap with the moo her glasses be down here, you know what I'm saying? That old school auntie. Now if you haven't noticed what's been happening on mainstream media today, we are gonna be talking about how we feel about my niece Carlee Russell. Now, Carlee, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. I'm gonna get to you in a minute. But you should not lie to them folk. You sit there and don't lie to them white folk. I don't told you about lying to them people now. I don't told you, tell you the truth. I told you to tell the truth. And you ain't one down tell the truth like it was. Y'all know, I don't know what it is about that young man that you like so much. But you're making all the sisterhood from your sorrows look bad. You give them the AKA's bad reputation. I don't told you about that. I don't sit here at damn bank sale baking all the cookies and shit and the cakes and shit for you when y'all need to help fundraise that damn money and shit, and you gonna sit around and do some shit like that. Nah, don't call Pastor Timothy and them to help raise that money, $25,000 from the damn church so they can come out. Oh, what? That's all right. That's all right. Before I get to that ass, we gonna have the morning the news, the morning news is what I call it. Please govern yourselves in your bulletin accordingly. But this was posted 4 days ago. Obama's family chef found dead in pond on Martha's Vineyard. The body of a missing powder order recovered from a pond in Martha's Vineyard on Monday morning was an employee of former President Barack Obama. Divers from the Massachusetts State Police Department Underwater Recovery Unit retrieved the body of a 45-year-old Tafari Campbell at Edgartown Great Pond over there in Martha's Vineyard. Toffrey was a beloved part of our family. When we first met him, he was a
you still have vibe? All right, y'all. Anyway, make sure
Can
y'all
you hear
like,
me?
comment,
Okay, there you
subscribe. Um, Make sure y'all turn on y'all notification bells so that you can be notified every time we go live.
That's
All
so
right.
sad.
And
That's
Auntie is
so sad.
back. Auntie is back.
Yeah, that's so sad, y'all. Then nobody. The good die young. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Now I'm gonna sit here and tell you this now. Now, if y'all know anything about Martha's Vineyard and you know about them ponds, ain't nobody supposed to be swimming in them ponds. Somebody dumped that body there. I'm gonna let y'all know that. Don't see him be no fool. Somebody dumped that boy body in that pond. It's called tying up loose ends, but we ain't gonna get too far deep into that because the folks watching.
Hey, that ain't funny, y'all, but that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny that she said it like that.
It's called tying up loose ends. Yeah, it's called tying up loose ends. Shit, we know. Hell, only the real people know.
It's real now.
Mm-hmm. But we gonna get back.
All we know is that y'all don't be a loose end. That's all we
Mm,
know.
don't be no, don't, to take yourself at all costs. But anyway, Uh, my niece got arrested because she finally, well, I ain't gonna say she finally admitted to the truth, but Carlee, she couldn't lie no damn more. She couldn't lie no damn more. She started tired of lying. Her lies came up with lies. You had to lie to tell another lie. And then you got my damn sister, my baby sister up there having your back. And baby, so I love you. I love you dearly, baby. I love you. But I ain't even gonna lie to you. And that was my child. That I helped raise Carlee. I helped raise that baby. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing she was a knee high to a little grasshopper, and I helped raise that baby. Now, what I know for sure is that I taught her to tell these folks the truth. Don't sit here and tell no lies, cause baby, lies get you when you get older, and the lies get caught up. People find out a way to get the truth out of you or get the truth from you, and all that research and all that shit that you don't need premeditated stuff. Had all these damn folks out here looking for you. I had to call Ray, CJ, his brother TJ. Had to call all your damn cousins uh out of Mobile to come down fight to help find you out there in the woods and shit. Cause you know they do the trail and shit over there in Mississippi every month, every week. So you know what I'm saying? I had to send them out there and see what's going on, see can they find a piece of you. She had to call Pastor Timothy to help raise that $25,000 reward money from the church that we were supposed to use to fix the roof on the damn building and shit like that. Wasted all the time and resources, had all these famous people out here praying for you, mainstream media people, high influencers of the black community that
Okay.
was just had the family full support. Now I gotta sit here and go to church tomorrow morning and sit here and look at Pastor Timothy and Sister Jones and all of them and Miss Walker and all of them in their face. And they over here looking at me like, and I'm gonna sit here and tell you, my niece, I love
I
you.
got a
But
question. Did
what's up?
auntie, did y'all set up a GoFundMe?
I didn't set up the GoFundMe. Damn that GoFundMe. I did. Excuse my French, y'all, but I did my due diligence. I asked the pastor. I said, Pastor, I said, now, now, your Uncle Cletus left me a whole lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Because, this house paid for it. So I had put down more than half of that reward money, and pastor and the church helped raise the other half. You know what I'm saying? And that was supposed to be in the building fund to fix the roof. Now, now you don't sat out here and told all these folk these damn lies and shit. Now we gotta sit here and try to figure how to get your ass a okay trial with a halfway decent lawyer. Now you want to sit here and tell the truth and all this. Now, baby, I'm gonna see you tell you now they gonna lock you up.
So
Okay, they gonna
question.
lock you up.
Did y'all is y'all gonna use that 25,000 that y'all raised to get Miss Ma'am out to get to for her lawyer fees? Her bond money and her
Hell no,
lawyer
I'm
fees.
not bonding her out. I'm not bonding her out. You sat there and don't lie to me. You don't lie to your mama, your daddy. Your daddy already stupid. Your daddy already dumb did it. We up here sitting up here looking stupid and crazy as hell. And you got my sister up here looking stupid and crazy as hell. Nah, I'm not helping bond her out. She gonna sit her ass in there because she done sat there and don't lie in everybody's face. Had to use all these
Nah.
resources and stuff. I even had to call my plug and say, have you seen her? Cause she used my plug. She used my plug. His name Lil Reggie.
Oh Jesus.
Lil Reggie
Nah.
my plug.
Now let's hope y'all that Lil Reggie don't he ain't got the Reggie Bush. He got the goddamn the whole hydro plant, okay? But anyway,
Yeah, I told Lil Reggie to get the hell on from over here. I said, Lil Reggie, gonna get the hell on from over here.
you
You know what
you
I'm
sure
saying?
Are you sure little Reggie ain't the one that helped her hide on that trail?
Hell no, cause
He
shit,
probably showed her the
Reggie,
pathway.
hey, let me tell you something, baby. Reggie can't leave that house. It's too much money in that house for him to leave. He can't leave that house. He can't even leave. He can only go from one corner to the street to the other corner of the street. That's the only far he can go. He That's why he sent a baby mama, and that's why it's always somebody else riding his car, and it ain't him. You see, he got too much. He got too much, way too many valuables sitting over there in the house.
Period.
So he can't leave the home. That's why he always send, Jay the crackhead to the store to get him something to eat or something like that. Like he always now Jay a good crackhead. Now Jay a good crackhead.
Bye.
He clean up his house and everything. I've been over there a couple times, seen Jay clean, cook. You know what I'm saying? He wash man. You know what I'm saying? And little Reggie would, serve him and give him some money. Now that was just it. That was just it. Now little Reggie, he do treat crackhead Jay right. He do treat him right. He help
Not
him out.
crackhead. Not crackhead Jay.
Yeah, he take him to go shoot. Let me tell you something. If Reggie uh ain't home, then the homeboy home. Didi. Now Didi ain't supposed to be leaving his own house on an unforeseen circumstance. Now Didi ain't supposed to leave his own house, but it's so good. The money good, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, little Reggie run the street now. He run the street. He got that money. He got that money. Little Reggie got that money. So he paid Diddy to stay at
Well,
home.
I'm question. So did y'all pay for the Amber Alert that she searched for?
Girl, Amber Alert. I don't know. I don't know nothing about no Amber Alert. Now, the only person I know that possibly could have did that was is the first lady of our community center.
Bye.
Cause she come help out at the community center. Carla
Is that
come
the
help out at the community.
that's not the lady who played the organ, is it? And that's not the organ player or the piano
No, no,
player, is it?
no, no, baby. That ain't the organ
Okay.
player. No, the community
Okay.
center. The community center.
Oh,
Miss
okay, okay,
Miss
okay.
Miss Patrice. Uh-huh.
All right, y'all. So we was just having we was just having a little fun just then. But no, for real. Honestly, that's kind of how that's kind of some of the questions that a lot of people in this situation uh asked, regarding the
Hmm.
details surrounding this situation. We are not here, disclaimer, y'all, we are not here to make fun of anybody. We are not here to bash or slander anybody. We're not defaming any or defamating anyone's character either. We are just simply giving our opinions um on the topic at hand. So I do want to that was like a icebreaker, y'all. I do want to play a video about, I guess she Miss Thane just got arrested. And I truly feel like, as she should, she definitely wasted a lot of resources.
Yeah,
She
let me tell you one
definitely
more thing, babe. Let me tell you one more thing. Now, Carla.
and Auntie got something to say.
Yeah, now, Carla. Now, I don't know who taught you how to fight. I hope your cousins and them taught you all how to fight and stuff. When you get in that jail, baby, you gonna have to fight for your life, or you gonna be somebody nice bed buddy. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the buckle buddy is what they call it down there in Texas. You're gonna be somebody buckle buddy. So I'm gonna sit here and tell you this now. Auntie love you. I'll try to do my best to put some money on your book so you can get little ramen noodles and all that. But you're pretty, baby. I'm just gonna say that you're real pretty, and it's gonna be some other women in there that's gonna really like your prettiness. Don't be fight, baby, fight. Don't be no buckle buddy. That's all I want to say.
Have you been injured in an auto accident? Look at this direct deposit of $127,000.
Thank you, Captain. Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover Police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize searches in hopes they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction. Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County Bessemer Division, the case was referred back to municipal court for charging because the only applicable charges were misdemeanors. Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
This course is about systems and
Y'all
systems.
seen Pookie out there? That was Pookie now. Pookie was the chubby boy. That Pookie.
Thank you, Chief. Let me begin by commending Hoover Police Department Chief Durgis for his leadership in this investigation. Obviously, this captured many's attention as a result of not only the allegations themselves, but also the concern about a possible victim and being able to return her home. The work that was done by the Hoover Police Department was monumental in its lift, and the results of that work you are seeing come to fruition today with the charges that have been levied. I also want to commend the many other men and women of both state and federal law enforcement for their work collaboratively with the Hoover Police Department in assisting in this investigation. Chief, appreciate the opportunity to be able to partner with you in this prosecution. We will dedicate a team to be able to help the city of Hoover in handling these 2 individual charges and look forward to bringing this case to fruition. One thing I would add is that we don't see this as a victimless crime. There are significant hours spent, resources expended as a result of this investigation. And not only that, but the many men and women who are civilians that wore those yellow vests on a hot afternoon and evening looking for someone they thought was abducted, trying to be of assistance. We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward. We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll open the floor to questions. If you'll please raise your hand and identify yourself and your affiliation when I call.
Yeah, David Lamb, CBS 42. This question for Mr. Attorney General. What is it about this case that made it rise to the level to where it was a case that you wanted to take on?
Well, we handle cases across the state. We have jurisdiction throughout for both misdemeanors and felonies. And when Chief Sturgis asked for our assistance, we were more than happy to be able to assist.
Is it common for you all to be involved in misdemeanors like a case like this?
It's not uncommon.
Right here. Keith Mims, WAGG 610, 100.1 FM, Summit Media. Chief, this question is for you.
Yes.
What time was Carlee arrested today with her attorney, and has she made bail?
She has. She was processed in our facility within the past hour.
Do you expect any charges to be forthcoming with her parents, or is this just all on Carlee at this point?
At this point, and again, I think anything is, all as the Attorney General said, their team will also be searching through our files, and we'll find out what they say.
Carol.
Carol Robinson with AL.com. Have you, since we spoke last in the press conference, been able to retrace where she was during the 49 hours she was missing, and have you determined if she was with anyone else during that time?
We have not found anything out on either one of your two questions.
Right here.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 News. Has there been any decision about a possible civil suit against Carlee and or her family? Also, what impact would this have on Hoover Police Department filing a suit have on the criminal case as well?
Yeah, we have not discussed that. Of course, we talked about the hours of overtime and all the significant resources that we used. And we'll certainly be talking to the Attorney General's office about possibly getting some of those funds returned to us.
Lisa Crane, WBTN 13. In an earlier press conference, you outlined some items she had taken from her employer. Any potential theft charges for that?
Those would have taken place in another jurisdiction, so we would not have charges ourselves.
Carlee Robinson, WBRC. Chief, do you mind repeating those charges and fines one more time for us?
Sure. False reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor with $1,000 bond. Falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond.
Chief, I know you mentioned this the last time we were together. Just wondering if you have any update on an idea of the cost that the Hoover Police Department expended in those 48, 49 hours Carlee Russell was mentioning. And one final question, do you at this point have any more information if Carlee Russell acted alone or anyone helped her?
Yeah, we have not finished, obviously, the 49 hours. We've been certainly busy since her return, so I still don't have a total on that, and we don't have any idea where Carlee Russell was for 49 hours.
Right here. Keith Mims, WAGG 610. Chief, let me ask you this. Going forward, there's been a lot of concern in the community as per young Black and brown females being reported missing. Would Hoover and other agencies have the same fervor going forward as they did with the case with Carlee Russell?
Absolutely. This, as I said initially, our focus was bringing Carlee home when she got home. And then our focus has been to find out if there was a kidnapping. We find out there's not. We work every case like all other law enforcement does. So I don't have any concern anywhere that would be an issue.
And can I echo what Chief said? I've been in law enforcement for 27 years. Law enforcement throughout this state. I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
Valerie Bell, ABC 3340. What was her emotional state when she arrived to the jail today, and is she seeking any help at this point in time?
I was not there, so I really can't tell you exactly, and I really don't know anything else.
All right, last question.
Carlee Robinson, WBRC. Chief, what are next steps after this? What is going to happen next?
Well, right now, the Attorney General's office attorneys will start dealing with our detectives and going through case files and preparing prosecution, I presume.
Thank you guys very much.
Will y'all be releasing a mugshot?
Yes, we will momentarily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Carlee Russell charged with 2 misdemeanors.
Keep your care teams compliant without a care in the world. Care Academy monitors shifting state.
There is a vault
Thank you, Captain.
On an idea of the cost that the Hoover Police Department expended.
Every case, like all other law enforcement does. So I don't have any concern anywhere that that would be an issue.
And can I echo what Chief said? I've been in law enforcement for 27 years, law enforcement throughout this state. I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
Valerie Valley, ABC 3340. What was her emotional state when she arrived?
Detectives and going through case files and preparing prosecution, I presume.
Thank you guys very much.
Will y'all be releasing a mugshot?
Yes, we will momentarily.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Carlee Russell charged with the 2 misdemeanors.
Carlee Russell. I've got her mugshot. Take a look. You're not going to believe this. It's a mugshot. She looks great. She looks rested. She looks happy. This is the woman who disappeared for 48 hours, came back home, said she had been abducted by a white guy with orange hair. She had reported a toddler walking
TT,
down the
she on.
street.
You seen her
And then she
mugshot,
disappeared.
TT? She in this bitch smiling. TT, she over here smiling in her mugshot. Yeah, put Judy Ann on the phone. She done. Put her on the phone.
I
Judy Ann,
can't believe.
who bailed that girl back?
I really can't believe this shit. I really can't believe this shit. But I mean, through everything, what can you do? What else can you do besides smile?
Judy Ann. Who bailed that girl out, Judy
Yes, cause
Ann? I wasn't gonna bail her ass out. It had to be the mom. It had to be baby sister. Cause the dad ain't got no damn money.
well, hell, if she was in Fulton County, they would have probably let her off ROR. Who knows? On her own damn reconnaissance. It's only two misdemeanors.
Oh, they saying, oh, okay. Uh-huh. Cause see, I went over there when she had that last night she was in that hospital and they were taking her in. I ain't go over there that night or the day after that. Cause I said, you know what, all the folks gonna be over there. She gonna be over there crying. Nah, cause I'm gonna have to hit my sister upside her head. I would not be able to. Her ass would have sat. Her ass would have sat there. I'm gonna sit here and teach you about morals and values and understanding the truth and stuff like that. And you know, if you wanted to know about some of these men being dogs here, you could have asked that question too. Ask your damn daddy, because before he was married here, he was around hoe hopping too.
Not hoe hopping. Not the daddy was hoe hopping.
He was hoe hopping back in here. You.
So okay, I'm gonna go back to what our dear
All right, girl,
our
you gonna find out. All right, see you later, Julian, girl. Now don't take no more laxatives now.
no, we need to call
I
Auntie
told
Leo.
you. I told
Call
you, Judy. I told you, Judy Ann. Now I don't told you about. Now let me tell you one more thing, Judy Ann. I told you about eating that pork, eating that bologna and stuff. I told you it's gonna swell your stomach up. Now I don't told you.
I need you to call one more person. We need you to call Auntie Leo and bring her back to the stand. Bring her back. Bring her back so her opinion can be heard. Because if this wasn't a cry for attention, or it was either a cry for attention or there is really a
Now
condition.
you know she be going to sleep with the chickens.
You're
I'm
right.
gonna try to call.
I did share the link. Anyway, y'all, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure y'all turn those post notifications on. Those
She ain't. She ain't. Now she ain't answering her phone. Let me send her a miss.
I did send her the link. However, one of our dear Soul Tribe sisters, I auntie them, stated that there had to be like a mental condition there for a person to actually, or it's something deeper, you know what I'm saying, than what actually meets the eye right now.
Oh,
And
I
that
understand that. I
that I
wholeheartedly
agree.
understand that.
Correct.
Hmm.
However, no matter what, I feel like people, everyone, no matter who it is, what color you are, who you is, who your mama and daddy is. If I don't give a damn if it was the president, if you miss, like, if you should be held accountable for your actions. You
Hmm.
feel me? Like, no matter what, because not only did you know what I'm saying, get resources involved for like self, they was actually looking for a baby. They was looking for a kidnapper who wasn't even there. You had the world kind of under distress, girl. Pimp in distress.
Had all these important people looking for you.
Okay.
Now,
And
I
not
don't give
only
a damn
that,
how crazy. I don't care. I don't care how crazy you is. Most of y'all crazy people or mentally ill people got good enough common sense, and your common sense is good enough where you know when you're doing right and when you're doing wrong.
doing wrong, right? There you go. And not only that, not
I'm gonna
only
let
that,
y'all know that. Hmm.
if it was a cry for attention, I feel like that's still a part of someone's mental condition as well,
Hmm.
because you need attention that bad that you have to, you know what I'm saying, go to these measures to actually get it. Like, I'm
It's
sad for you.
it's called uncontrolled emotions. You don't know these emotions are not heard of. You know what I'm saying? It's unearthed. It's all these emotions mixed in together. And that's okay, babe, because you probably got it from your great grand your great, you know, because that's another topic for another time. But
Speak
yes, mental awareness can trickle down from the family tree.
right. There you go.
And I am a living proof of that because I have people who are mentally, man, they a little off. They crazy, but they crazy. Like anxiety and all this shit and depression and all this shit. And some people don't understand that sometimes these uh certain emotions get erratic and they start to show because they have been bottled up.
Right.
Bottled emotions turns
Right.
your energy. Bottled emotions
Right.
make you feel you become dark
Right. Or
on the inside.
you start operating from the dark side.
You start operate. You start
And then when you do that, things become
interpreting. I'm gonna say
right.
you start interpreting the negative energy
Right.
that you created within yourself.
Self,
So,
right.
in
Correct.
order to purify within, you must meditate, cry,
Correct.
soul healing,
Reflect. Shadow work.
spiritual cleansing.
Correct.
I just got finished before I came here. I was talking to another meeting on a higher scale. Now my baby up here neat. Now she do real good. But she too has a higher median that she goes to because
There
they
you go.
have what they call a spiritual uh a bigger capacity
There you go.
of enlightenment as I call it. And it was said that my great grandparents were in some way, shape, or form, like I said, that voodoo, whatever, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Spells of protection can sometimes have its adverse effects, is what he said. And
Correct.
I said, well, I can understand that because there are pros and cons to everything that we do in life. So that
Correct.
makes sense. It's not
Just
meant to harm on the
right.
generations of the upcoming, but it has its just like medication. It has its pros, it has its cons.
And there you
Now,
go.
what you can do with that, you can take it and run with it, or you can do something about it,
There
which is
you go.
called a spiritual bath, a spiritual cleansing. And I'm probably gonna be doing that sometime tomorrow when the ancestors rise, and I'm gonna sit here and take It's called an egg cleanse, and I'm a cleanse, and I
Tell us
forgot.
all about it, Auntie. What? Tell us all about it. So, how do you do your? What do you do with the egg? Like, tell us about this cleanse.
Well, the egg cleansing is it's simple. It's simple. It's simple, but it ain't. And yes, you're gonna use a real egg.
I would love to think so. So do you have to eat the egg, or do you
No,
like?
no, 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 no. The egg is a metaphor for there go Auntie baby. Hey baby, I just called you on the phone. You need to go ahead, come on up here now. There she go. But
I shared the link. You gonna oh hey
you start from head.
yeah.
You start from head to toe. You roll the egg, and the egg is like a conductor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you roll it on you.
Auntie, you coming up here?
Now
Is
she
you
said she's
coming up?
not coming up here.
Oh, you ain't.
Roll the
Oh, okay.
egg all over you. Then you put the egg in some salt water and lemon juice, and that cleanses the egg. That cleanses the energy from that egg.
Hmm. So basically,
But you
the
got to
egg.
do this while the incense is burning. Like you got to get some incense, and I do got some of that. And while the incense is burning, you roll this egg on you. You roll it everywhere that you can. Don't crack it.
Do it have to be?
Roll.
Do it have to be incense, or can it be sage too?
Incense, sage. Now, if you want to go there, now if you want to double down and do a double down cleanse, oh, she's still at. Okay, so she's still at the tournament in Alabama.
So
And well, if you go down there, if you come across my sister, tell her to pick up her phone tomorrow. I'm gonna tell her something about her daughter tomorrow now.
bye.
But and then you flush it down the toilet after you put it in the water and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that's called an egg cleanse. It's a spiritual. It's a cleansing. You can research this. You know, there's other cleansing baths, but
Right.
you
I
gotta
heard.
understand that
I've heard people say coffee.
the, the
How
egg
do I
is a
how do I get up here? That's what I was gonna say. We got mystical resin vibes in 30 minutes. We might still be here for mystical resin vibes. I don't know, but we do got to go live on. I
we
mean,
still. You gotta understand that the egg is a neutral thing. It is pure.
right,
It is a sense. It is a sense of life because if you take a process, it don't matter. You can take an egg out of a car and put it up on the chicken. I guarantee you that bitch gonna hatch.
right, right.
So it is a neutral crossroad
Mm-hmm.
between life and death. So when you roll that egg on you, it absorbs everything. You know everything that you're feeling. You balance your chakras and all that, and then boom,
Boom! I got your boyfriend. I got
boom.
your man. Oh,
But anyway, but what basically the topic was can this part, this little piece we're talking about is basically it's also some type of mental awareness. Yes, wholeheartedly, there's got to be some type of mental awareness because eyes are pathway to the soul, and if you look at this baby eyes, you can actually tell that there is no light.
mm,
If you can see that in this picture, there is no light. You can tell when somebody has life in their eyes, and you can tell when somebody has darkness in their eyes. And baby,
true.
that soul is dark. It's heavy. But we're gonna pray for you tomorrow, niece. We're gonna pray for you. And for you and you too. Even though I'm gonna cuss your mama out tomorrow at church, cause she bonded you out and I would have left you in there because you grown. Take care of yourself. But you couldn't be mine. Couldn't be mine. That one time that your cousin CJ and your cousin your twin cousins that CJ TJ
Bye.
and Puka were too young. And they took Puka home, and when they set up there and stole them damn bicycles from that man's store. I told them take their ass home, and they were number 16, 17. I tried to say, nah, they can go to juvenile.
Bye.
But they did that one thing. Now they been good. Them all, they been good up until this day. They good. They just good boys. They good. But if I did not do what I did, they would have been in hell of a lot more trouble than they were back then when they were young. They got to experience a little bit of life. Now the bikes that they stole it from, now these just wasn't no regular bikes. You know what I'm saying? These was high end B BMX bikes, I guess what they use on TV. Like they competition and stuff with, so they got all this expense. So you really seeing over here riding on $1,000 bike, stealing $1,000 bikes and stuff. Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Now if you would have grabbed that last one, now that last one, it was kind of like it was made like a little chopper motorcycle. It had long handlebars on it, but tricked out and everything. Now that man said if y'all would have stole that one. Now this is what the police said to me. If they would have took that one, they would have automatically got charged as adults. Because that was a $25,000 bike. So
Bye. Not the amount of
yeah,
the
they were spending thousands and thousands of dollars. They were racking up. What y'all young folks call it? Racking it up. Yeah, they were racking it
bye.
up off some $1,000 BMX bikes. Yeah,
Bye.
they were racking them up and they were out here selling them. And they served and the judge and they already don't serve time of juvie. They went to juvie.
Bye.
They served 2 years in juvie. Then they
See, you
served
just
another
in
two. And then when they turned 18, they went back to the courthouse. And the man was like, okay, I ain't gonna let y'all walk. Y'all finna serve a little bit of jail. So they did 2 years in jail. I, and when they called me and told me what was going on, I couldn't do nothing. I was boo-hooing because I didn't want my baby to go there. But, you know, yeah, they daddy, Uncle Cleveland, he said, Benny, them boys gonna have to learn the hard way. You sheltered them a little too long.
bye.
They gotta learn how to say, yeah, baby. I did spoil them. I spoiled them, Cleveland. He said, yes, you did, Benny. You spoiled them a little too good. I said, yeah, you show you right now. You show you right. But
Mhm.
he was like, but he was like, but we gonna see him. We gonna pray about it. And now they ain't been back to jail since. And I thank the Lord. Keep him keep him in mind. Thank you, Jesus. For all this stuff that going on today, I'm so glad they staying out of trouble.
Hold on. Leo, I just sent you the link to come up in the stream. Hold on one second, y'all, cause I don't have multiple screens on
Mm.
here.
Got your
Hold on.
smile like your auntie Sarah. Hell, Sarah crazy too. That's probably where you got your damn crazy from. You probably got it from the older sister.
I'm weak.
Cause Sarah was a little crazy. I ain't gonna tell you no story. Sarah ran over her ex-husband with a car. All
But
because he wouldn't go to the store and get no milk.
Nah, not ran him over to the with the car because he wasn't gonna get no milk. I'm
He
weak.
wouldn't go to the store and get no milk. He ran what that Robinson boy name now? His nickname Lil Red.
The red.
Mm-hmm. The last name Robinson. Oh,
Who?
Judy Ann. What that Robinson boy name that our sister Sarah ran over?
Bye.
Jimmy Lee. That his name, Jimmy Lee. They call him Lil Red. All right, girl, that's all I want to know. All right. All right, see you in church tomorrow. All right. Jimmy Lee. That was his name. Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee Lil Red Robinson.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. Ran slap over Jimmy Lee because he wasn't getting no milk from the store. He wouldn't go to the store and get no milk. Nah, nah, nah. Jimmy also did some other stuff too. He was gambling and stuff now, but she didn't find out till later on after they had got a divorce. But
Bye.
but yeah, I won't remember that. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
I'm weak.
The mama had called my phone and she said, "Benny, your sister done ran over the man." I'm like, "What man, mom?" Then her husband. I know she ran over Lil Red. What Lil Red do?
I'm weak.
And I
Hold
had to
on.
bone her, and I had to bone her ass out.
I'm weak. Well, damn, Auntie, you got a whole lot of bun money.
That before I met my sugar daddy Cletus, but he was my sugar daddy, but he was my sugar daddy. But yeah, I
Bye.
had some money saved. Then I was saving up some money to buy me a nice little car myself.
Bye.
And
So
the
let me.
judge said the bond was 15,000. I said, "Shit." And I had them saved up about five.
I'm weak.
So so I can, get me a nice little slow roller.
You wanted a nice little doohickey.
Yeah, a nice little doohickey, the longer the AC and the heat and the motor work. I ain't gotta have no expensive car, baby.
I know that's right, Auntie. Shit.
And long the AC work and the heat
Okay.
working and tires, and I understand the maintenance side, but long as the AC, now I'm good. It can
Okay.
shift real good. I can get to point A to point B.
I know that's right, Auntie. I ain't
Sarah ain't
mad at
paid me that damn money back yet.
you. Damn. So
And that,
she took away car money.
yeah,
That's fucked up. See, that's why you can't help folks these days.
yeah, you can't help nobody nowadays. Shit. They gonna have the old house up there as her current address, knowing good head where she's, good head where she stay in a whole nother county.
Bye.
Had them folks busting up in the abandoned, had them folks up there busting up in their house.
Not while it was abandoned.
Yeah,
So they was busting out the bando.
busting out the abandoned house. Wasn't nobody living in that house. Now we were starting to do. Me and the crazy ass niece of my mama was starting to. Every time we would get our taxes, when when mom and dad passed away, we started to take the little bit of the taxes that we would get and started saving up money to do renovations. So once we saved up that good little piece, we started having renovations done on the house so we could put it on the market. And it was a 5 bedroom, 5 bath. So we were thinking, okay, well, since it's close over here to the campus, we could turn this into a student house. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have about 5 students in here, it could fit up to 6 or 7, but it could fit 5 comfortably, right? And it had a big backyard and everything, and nice size kitchen, and these are all full size baths, so everybody had a bathroom. You see what I'm saying? So we started doing that, and them folks. Johnny had called me that that afternoon, and I was just getting out of work. I had worked that late night to the early morning shit, and I just get out of work. And he said, Benny, what going on at your mama and dad house? They always police all over everywhere, knocking stuff down because we still had the furniture in there. We weren't gonna do nothing to that furniture just yet, cause it was all covered up and whatnot. We weren't gonna do nothing with that furniture just yet until they was finished doing what they needed to do. So I went over there. We just put them doors up, the windows up in there. Windows got crashed out. The door got busted off the hinges. We were just starting to fix up the floor in there. It's about 2, 3 big dents in the floor. They don't fuck my steps up. We had just got them steps done. The whole front porch, patio and stuff done. And this don't mess up everything.
So did they fuck up the church's money?
Man, they don't messed up the church money. That Sarah, and ain't Noah. I love my sister Sarah. I'm glad she's still living, but she did some fucked up shit when she was young. Good God Almighty. And me and Sarah ain't number 3 years apart. We number 3 years apart, and she don't went round and did this shit here. Now this shit going on. I said, well, I'm still looking for the paperwork. I know the deed to that house is in there somewhere. I'm still searching for it because I go over there once a week to search for it. Cause I know mom and dad didn't play that shit now because but that was our decision as a group. Like we gonna help. Now my baby sister here, the girl mom right here, she was young back then. She had a part of I really want to call it a job, but it was to help out the community. You get paid a little piece. You work at what they call the Boys and Girls Club. You get a little chain. But yeah, that's our little family history. Let's finish watching my crazy ass niece. Let's finish watching her.
I'm weak. Okay, hold on. Cream, you got something to say? You got something you want to say right quick about any of this?
Nah, I'll wait till after the video done.
Okay. Shout out to my auntie though, y'all. Shout out to my auntie. And shout out to 904 Leo. She is in the cut in MOS gang. And
Her family was devastated. Her boyfriend was devastated. But the good news is she wasn't abducted and she was safe. The bad news is she reported an abduction. So as a result, there are now going to be some charges. Let's listen to police.
Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, but locate a kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today. This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail and potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction. As I said initially, our focus was bringing Carlee home when she got home. And then our focus has been to find out if there was a kidnapping. We find out there's not. We work every case like all other law enforcement does.
I've never seen anybody interested in the color of your skin in investigating a criminal case. And I expect, regardless of your gender, your race, when that report is filed, that Alabama law enforcement is going to do its job.
The right mattress makes everything clear.
I know how to repair my relationship with my.
Let me say this first. You can't do what she did. You just can't do it. There are so many legitimately missing people and people being trafficked and missing children that we can't use resources up like this. So that's why there are charges here. But on a side note, the Hoover police chief, best dressed police chief in the country. I mean, every time he's at one of these press conferences, super sharp. But what I could hear in his voice, and he was restraining it, there's anger. They're really not happy with her because they worked the case and they pulled resources away from other cases. And as a result of all of that, we are where we are. So let's bring in our think tank. Joining us tonight in Los Angeles, California, the attorney who represented Johnny Depp in his defamation case and won it. He's also a fellow of the American College of Trial Lawyers. Ben Chu is with us. Also joining us in New York City, former senior homicide prosecutor Bernarda Villalona. And in San Diego, California, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Brian Watkins. Great to see everyone. This case, it went viral. Everyone was so out of their minds concerned for this young woman and for the toddler, et cetera. Ben, what are your initial thoughts here now that she is going to become a criminal defendant?
I certainly understand why she's charged, but it really begs the question of what she was doing in that 48 hours when she was allegedly kidnapped. So that really is something that I'd be interested in knowing.
Facts. That is definitely a question that I definitely asked. Like, what the fuck was she doing that whole time? It don't make no sense.
That's a great point. Bernarda, does that play into trying to figure out what to do with her if and when there's a conviction for this? Like, what were you doing for 48 hours? I think the only thing we know she did for sure was eat Cheez-Its.
The case of Carlee Russell is one that's very disappointing. So what's going to happen in this case? We know that she's charged with 2 misdemeanors, so she faces up to 1 year incarceration on these counts and possibly a $6,000 fine. So when it comes in terms of what will be the sentence if she is found guilty or pleads guilty, it can be jail, it can be probation, it can be community service, it can be a program, it can be some kind of mental health treatment, or some kind of community service combined with the other things that I have mentioned. And the purpose of sentencing is accountability, deterrence, and rehabilitation. My hopes is that she gets the treatment that she needs, and that this also deters other people from falsely reporting incidents like this, because the whole world, the country, was at alarm. I was concerned.
Now, speaking of deterrence, Brian Watkins, take a listen to more of the well-dressed chief here talking about his frustration and what he would like to see happen.
Judging from the amount of phone calls and emails that we've received from people all over the country, I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors, despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime.
So, Brian Watkins, do you think we need to do more and make the penalties more severe to deter the Carlee Russells and the Jussie Smollets of the world?
Absolutely. You know, we can't take these actions as just a little hoax or a little prank, because that's not what it is. You know, it's very serious. You know, law enforcement resources are used. People are panicking. Her mother's panicking. I mean, it hurts everyone around, and it hurts real victims of being, you know, kidnapping victims and missing children. So it's serious. It's not a prank. It's not a hoax. It's not funny. I don't know if it really matters on what she was doing in that 48 hours. I mean, she better present some evidence as some mitigating factor to say why she did this. But if she did it to be funny, she did it for no reason at all, I think the penalties need to be greatly increased.
I don't want to make too much of it, Ben, but again, we just saw that mugshot and the smile. And I'm wondering, like, what motivated all of this and what's going through her mind at this moment. And I can't think that this smiling mugshot, while it makes her look good, and I'm glad she's safe, again, I don't know if it helps her at this point.
No, probably not, because that suggests that maybe this was more of a lark rather than some kind of cry for help or some signal of mental illness on her part.
Bernarda, who looks better, her in her mugshot or the chief at his press conference? I mean, I get they're the two images I can't get out of my mind. But on a serious note, like that mugshot, do you think that will be used against her in any way? Does it make it look like she's making light of the whole situation here?
Well, you have to think, for Carlee Russell, this is never going to end. You put her name in a Google search or in social media hashtag search, this is always going to follow her. So this is something that's going to continue, even that mugshot where she's smiling. So it's going to be used against her, whether it's in a court of law or just in the court of public opinion, it will be used against her. But Vinny, I have to point out something else that's very disturbing about this. And this is why it was important to charge her for this false reporting of this incident. What if a man would have been arrested based on her description, a white man with orange hair, or whatever, anyone else would have been brought in on reasons of suspicion? That's time that person can't get back. That experience of being in jail is something that they will never be able to take back or overcome. Even a second or a minute inside of a prison cell, because of the description that was made from this false allegation, is one why a prosecution has to go forward in this case. You want to prevent things like that.
Absolutely. All right, Ben Chu, Bernardo Villalona, Brian Watkins with us the whole hour.
Imagine you could pay off all of your student loans without using any of your own money and without working more hours. You also won't have to rely on Grandpa Joe or Uncle Sam to do it for you, because all
Carlee at this point.
No, probably not, because that suggests that maybe this was more of a lark rather than some kind of cry for help.
In jail is something that they will never be able to take back.
Well, y'all, I guess that was the end of that video. But everything that I done seen about this girl getting arrested, y'all, is when nobody is mentioning the fact that this shit was premeditated. Like, that's why your motherfucking ass need to go to jail too. You had time to think this shit out. You premeditated this, girl. This was very, very much so premeditated. Very much so. So I don't know why that's not being mentioned or why nobody has anything to say about that. But it kind of that's kind of what make me, you know, look at it as in, your ass need to be held accountable due to the simple fact of this was premeditated. Like, you thought about this. You thought about this. You searched. You Google searched. You asked questions. You asked Google questions about basically how to get away with murder, kind of. Basically, if you ask me. So, That's why I feel like people are not taking or gonna make her take accountability for her actions due to the simple fact of like you actually thought about this. Not only that, like they said, somebody could have got arrested for this, and had you had this played out a different way, you could have got somebody, somebody's time could have been basically taken away from them behind your silly ass actions, and that's
Let's
not cool.
talk about the fact they could have got somebody. She could have got somebody hurt. We're talking about Alabama.
There you go.
It's
That's
already
another one.
racism going on down there. There's already hatred down there, like real deal shit. And like just think about it. A black family spots somebody that fits the description. Fuck the police. Fuck the FBI. They fit the description of who your kidnapper, the abductor appears to be in your loved one's head. And they give this description, and your uncle or your dad or your cousins, or a close friend, your boyfriend, his friends, your college classmates, any fucking body that really genuinely fucking cared about you could have spotted a guy that fit the description that you gave, and they could have killed that person. They could have fucked them up for life. Like, there's a lot of different shit that could have came out of this. And you don't seem to give not one solitary fuck about it. You're smiling in your fucking mugshot. Fuck the mental. And I'm sorry. I'm not saying like, look, I got people in my family that deal with this. I'm not saying with mental, health or whatever. I'm not saying like, hey, fuck the mental health community. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's not even think about her mental health. Let's just think about the fact that you're not thinking about anything that not trying to take accountability for anything that you've done, anything that you said. You have not tried to give a reason for anything. It's like you're still riding the wave, and you technically didn't even admit that you were wrong. You technically didn't even admit you just turned yourself in. Like, have you made a statement at all other than your initial statement that you were abducted and there was a child on the side of the road, and after watching the video numerous times you see her on the side of the road and you see how the cars are going past, so they're blocking her car lights, her hazard lights, so you see her getting out of her passenger side of her car, walk around the back, go to the passenger side, open the door, bend over, go in there. She's fumbling around in the car to get whatever, I guess her Cheez-Its, her robe, and the toilet paper. And then you don't see anything else. So like that evidence alone, just let me know right off top, you was lying before it came out. It let me know. And then the fact that you're from Alabama and the spot that you pulled over, there's underground railroads and whatever the hell you want to call them, tunnels. There's yeah, like trails and like, come on, girl. If this was premeditated, which I truly believe with my sister, I truly believe it was premeditated. You could have put a little bit more thought into this. How about not reporting the child on the side of the road if you want to disappear for a while? How about not? See, you wanted to keep your car secure. You wanted to keep your possessions secure. So why didn't you leave them at home and then disappear? Like, there are genuinely people out here that are missing. There are people out here that could have used the help from the FBI, the Alabama police, and everybody else, all these organizations, all these famous people that were putting in resources to look for you. They could have been looking for a child, an adult, an elder that is really suffering from a mental disease. This is why it pisses me off. My opinion, it pisses me off.
Not only that, you got to think about the mothers and the fathers, the parents who actually have real missing children.
That
That
actually helped in looking for you. And not only
and
them, but just them in general.
there you
Yes.
go.
Hold on. Let's talk about the fact. Okay, let's go back to this past video we just watched. And I wasn't paying attention to who the black lady was, but she made a comment. She made a statement, and she was like, what if someone had got arrested and done time and lost time for being falsely accused for something or just off of suspicion? Okay. Can we
Because
sidetrack
they
for a
had
second?
orange hair. All because they
Can we
had orange hair.
sidetrack for a second though?
There you go.
Can we speak on the black men every fucking day that are falsely accused by white women, Hispanic women, and any other fucking woman in this world, and they sitting in jail right now and have done years?
There you go. That's the one.
Not only black men, Mexican men, white men, just people in general. Like this opens up conversation about a whole lot of other stuff that all ties into what she did. Okay, you failed in college. I failed in college. I didn't disappear. I didn't make people think that I had been abducted. Got fired from a job. I've been fired from a couple of them. I didn't look, come on now. I really want to know what your reason is, because if your reason is mental disease, you better fake it till you motherfucking make it at this point. Because if you come, look, little girl, if you come back that you clear and there's nothing wrong with your mental health, little girl, your best bet is to leave Alabama and find somewhere where nobody knows about this case.
Right.
And I'm not making no threats against you, but I'm just saying, like, you got a lot of people outside of Alabama that are pissed off at you.
And I'm sorry to say it, but if it was for attention, like she said, we know that you had the police involved so you can have so your possessions would be safe. But why not just park your car in a fucking parking lot? Like if you ain't want your mama them to know, even though you 25 years
A
old,
church parking
let's
lot.
let's not forget that fact. You're 25 years old. So if you wanted to go and go do something, technically nobody can stop you or hold you back. You're grown.
Even though you live at home with your mom and daddy, because let's touch on that. Apparently you live with your mom and your daddy because you lost your job, okay. But you turned up at your mom and daddy's house, which they called your home. So therefore, that tells me that you technically don't have any bills to really worry about, that they're going to take care of you, even if you lost your job, even if you failed in school, they're going to take care of you. I'm pretty sure they were not going to kick you out. So once again, what was your reasoning? Then you made a post to a girl that was so-called trying to holler at your boyfriend before you disappeared. Like all the stuff that you did right before you so-called disappeared does not make sense. 1 and 1 is 2, and this ain't adding up. The math is not mathing.
It was definitely the Google searches for me.
It was the Google search about the bus ticket for me. You should have just hopped on the Greyhound, boo.
Bye.
You could have left your car in the church parking lot, locked it up where they got cameras, and you should have got on the Greyhound. Like, now you ain't got no boyfriend, you ain't got no job, you ain't got no career in nursing, and you got a record. The whole world mad at you, damn
And
near.
you lucky it's a misdemeanor.
Now, if
Now,
you got to
now,
do time,
now, now you got the whole world finna have their laws changed because of your actions. They finna have laws changed because of your
how much
fucking
you want to bet it's going to be called the Carlee Russell law?
or it's definitely gonna be
You
remembered
know
from
what?
that.
Hold on. Did y'all even know? Because I was just on the phone with my sister before I joined you all. Did y'all know that people have written songs about her?
What?
I was like, sis, yeah, they've written songs, boo. And there a few of them I call Carlee Russell, no lie, right hand of God. I just happened to be looking up the videos to see like an update on her. No,
Mhm.
I was in the wrong app. I was in the YouTube Music. And yeah, I discovered some songs that were written about this girl,
Wow.
and they are named after her.
Wow.
There's different artists. One is called Carlee Russell by Marvo Thuggin. His is explicit. There's another one called Faking Carlee Russell by Malvo Baby. There's another one, Carlee Russell, Keep Everything. Logic is the artist. Yeah. Carlee Russell arrested for faking her abduction. That's by Nino Brown.
Bye.
Kids Day, Where's Carlee? Official video, Carlee Russell,
Would you
by
have
Kids Day.
let's tell us which one is your favorite. Did you
I
listen
haven't
to any of
listened to
them yet?
none of them. Like,
Oh.
I just discovered, like, here's one I had start listening to, and they have her picture up.
Bye.
Hold on. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
That Carlee Russell shit, they got it. I done hit 5 licks and you ain't hit nine. That junkie line bitch got y'all feelings down. I don't give a damn about the thing I say, Mr. This foul shit went down in Alabama. This bitch just filed him as being scam. I hit a lick, nigga, you ain't hit nine. I'm gonna hit a lick on your damn grandma. I'm getting foul and I swear to God, that shit gonna get foul and you know that, bro. I'm getting foul for it. We back, making them bitches. We back on the foul in the next race. We back getting foul lit. I'm coming out of here. Damn, game. I'm fouling them Southern Air Carlee Russell shit. They got out of hand. I done hit 5 licks and you ain't hit nine. That janky line bitch got y'all feelings down. I don't give a damn about the thing I say, Mr.
That's just one of them. I was what? I don't even know a word to describe how I felt when I accidentally discovered that. That's the face I had. My mouth hit the floor. I was floored. There we go. I was floored. Yeah. People are making money off of her. So I want to tell you, on behalf of everybody that's able to make money off of you, thank you, Carlee. I might make some Carlee
Not only that,
t-shirts or something. I don't
I
know.
hope any one of y'all that want to use the girl name, maybe y'all should make a saying or something like that because, well, I don't know. I mean, if I was her, I would get my name trademarked at this point.
She
But
need
anyway,
to. Big purr.
what I would damn sure do, I would get my name trademarked, and this is some free game for your ass if you ever get to see this damn video. Because if you was anything like me, I'd be searching every goddamn thing that has a video about me and looking at it just to see what people's opinions are. You know, maybe you don't care that
Oh,
much.
I'm pretty sure she has this. And the only reason I think she has is because right after she quote unquote returned from being abducted, she liked the post about it was like it was on Twitter and it was
Maybe this is
basically like
maybe this is
saying that
her
God
way of
has
becoming famous on social media.
possibly. Cause she damn sure can't watch nobody kids no more. I'm pretty sure ain't nobody gonna trust her to watch their babies. She prefers to watch babies. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let her be a nanny, a babysitter, a daycare teacher, a teacher in the school system, a substitute teacher, a tutor. I don't think you're gonna be able to deal with kids, period. Cause ain't nobody gonna trust you. Like you lied about your whole self coming up missing. You lied about a whole child on the side of an expressway at nighttime in Alabama by the woods walking towards Tuscaloosa. Come on now.
Well, it's definitely time for you to take a step back, do some self-evaluation, some
Oh, she gonna have
self-introspection.
time when she go into the Montgomery, Alabama facilitized, honey. She gonna have some time to think about a lot of things.
So that's a good
And
question.
one ain't gonna be that boyfriend that left her ass alone.
Do you think she gonna get locked up?
I think she gonna do the 2 years because Alabama don't play. Alabama does not play. That's one of the states they do not play.
And
Indiana, they
like
do
they
not play.
said,
But Alabama, and
she
you're
done
black,
definitely made the chief mad.
and she
Y'all
black, he can
don't forget
say
we are
that your
live
race
on
has
Vigo,
nothing to
y'all.
do.
We are live on Mystical Resin Vibes. We live at 5. We live. Okay, we live horse. All right, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he can say that race has nothing to do with your punishment and the crime that you commit, but that's a lie. Okay? That's a lie. Everybody knows that. We all know that. You have to
Um,
say that. She's in Alabama. They're gonna handle her ass. They're gonna handle her. The fact is facts. They're gonna handle her. And that's that on that.
well, so what I got to say about that is for the most part, they just she She gonna have to do some deep self introspection and find her another career field to go into, honestly, because like you said, all those jobs you just named, substitute teacher, daycare, woo all that. Then because apparently you can't work with kids, you ain't gonna be able to work with the elderly either, honey. You can't be. I mean, you're gonna have to find something else other than nursing now. And a lot of the fields that you are in requires compassion, and I don't take your actions to be very compassionate about this situation after you know after your rendezvous that you had. That's what I'm gonna call it, your rendezvous, because I don't know what the hell happened. Um, yes. So we are live on Mystical Resin Vibes on Bigo, y'all. Y'all go follow us. We got Ancestors Goddess right here in the top. Hold on, let me make sure I'm pointing the right way. Y'all can even see my finger. Hold on. Okay, maybe this way. That's the Ancestors Goddess right there. And right there. Right now. Okay. And then you got Neek So Unique. It's Neek Stray Customs on Bigo. I put the Bigo IDs down in the little scrolly thing. And we also got stop playing with me. We got Bye Felicia. We got Caramel Cream. I think it's Caramel 83 is the Vigo ID. So yeah, go follow us all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow, share, comment, give us your opinion. However you want to do it, however you may see it. Come follow us on Bigo too, y'all. Please throw us some beans. We need them beans. And I am ending this broadcast. We will see y'all later. Bye.